All right, make sure cell phones are on silent, please. All right, welcome back, everybody. Next up, we have actors Kelly and AC working through an excerpt from the play Killdeer by Jay Broad.
Anybody home? Anybody home? Hey! Sparky!
Try that one again. Call.
Sparky!
That's it. All right, so it was very good. That's what I'm talking about. I want to go again. And I don't know if you've connected to the audience at all.
I didn't.
It felt like you did.
Okay.
So try to play it more. If you look fourth wall before you're supposed to break it,
Yep.
You need to see a wall. You need to see house. It's got to be like, right? So it needs to be a surprise when you break the fourth wall.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't think I made eye contact with anybody.
You might not have, but whatever it was, your thought life wasn't. It didn't feel like
It's
you were
a wall.
still in the room.
Okay.
So you can avoid it if you need to,
Okay.
to start with. And I forgot that we hear your voice and we hear the door. So if you want to pull curtain a little bit to allow yourself to do that. Because I'll tell you what else worked, AC. That stillness really worked.
Yeah.
So if you allow the stillness to be there, then allow us to hear the door and allow that to be there. Then we hear your voice, allow that, then you enter. And it's really like this slow build.
Anybody home? Anybody home? Hey! Sparky! Well, TGIF.
Good, go back. Go back to, so let's pretend the sleeves are done now.
Okay.
So just stand right there. And, all right, good. So there's our stance. Take it another step back. Okay, good. So I want you to avoid till the end of time, unless you're doing it for a character choice, avoid this.
Okay.
Okay, so right now is good. Before you were like this. This is what I call off balance, okay? So when you plant, you're gonna plant. you look around. Then you're going to come forward. You're going to plant again, connect, speak, hold, and then go right back into the play.
Okay.
Don't get off balance. Just look around. You don't need to do more. Now you walk forward. We don't even know you're going to talk to us yet. And you plant. Solid.
Well, TGIF.
Good. Do it again. Every letter.
Well, TGIF.
Go again, right from the drink. You caught me accidentally over here. So get back into the thought there. Now, the probably should have had an ice tray today based on yesterday.
I thought about it and I completely forgot.
It's okay. So again, so like ice trays, period. It's the time that we were in, and then some people have fancier versions of it. You don't. And then alcohol is so important to this scene, to the play, that he mixes his a particular way.
Sure.
It's his drink. So he likes the ice in there, and he has probably so many cubes and stirs it so many times, and then it's right. So just without the ice, then just know that to be true, and take your time with your drink, have your first sip, and really feel the alcohol. The alcohol starts entering your body now.
Okay.
This is hard alcohol, so anyone, even if they drink a lot, even if they're a larger human being, it'll still start to affect you. So as you drink throughout the scene, that will change how you react with your wife, and just the looseness or stupidness or whatever that might come out. The alcohol it's a part of the scene. And it's a part of the scene for her too, because she's in the garage right now drinking a very strong drink. And she's much tinier than you are. So for her, she's already walking in, and hopefully she can hear me, but she's buzzed. She needs to remember she's already buzzed. It's very important.
You know the one about the 3-foot midget accused of raping a 6-foot blonde while standing up? The defense attorney said, "Your Honor, I move this case be thrown out of court. It's obvious my client could not have raped this woman while standing up. His head barely comes up to her hips." The prosecuting attorney said, "Your Honor, I will prove this man assaulted this lovely lady, and I will prove he did it while standing on a bucket. So a bucket was brought into the courtroom. The midget stood on it, but his nose still only came up to her belly button. So the judge said, "Case dismissed." On their way out, the defense attorney said to the midget, "All right, you little bastard. I got you off, but I know you raped her. And I know you did it with a bucket. How?" And the midget said, "Easy."
Try this again. And the midget said, and now play the midget and look up at the attorney.
And the midget said,
"Turn."
"Easy."
Now look over toward him. Yep. Take your time with it.
"How?" And the midget said, "Easy. I put it on her head and hung from the handle."
Good. Now I want you to do the joke one more time. I'm going to make you do it again. And we're going to get over this thing. You must, with everything in your heart, love the joke.
Yep.
You can't judge it.
Okay.
Go give the audience a high five.
We'll do elbows.
No, let's go. Yeah, let's go. Fire them up. Now use your announcer voice.
You know the one about the 3-foot midget?
You lost your energy.
I did.
You dropped the smile. You gotta want it.
You know the one about the 3-foot midget accused of raping a 6-foot blonde while standing up? The defense attorney said, Your Honor, I move this case be thrown out of court. It's obvious my client couldn't have raped this woman while standing up. His head barely comes up to her hips.
Good, now move.
Move?
Yeah.
Like
the prosecuting attorney.
No. Now the prosecuting attorney said, Your Honor.
Yep, do it.
The prosecuting attorney said, Your Honor, I will prove this man assaulted this lovely lady, and I will prove he did it while standing on a bucket. So a bucket was brought into the courtroom.
Drag one in.
So a bucket was brought into the courtroom. The midget stood on it, but his nose still only came up to her belly button. So the judge said, Case dismissed.
So the judge said?
Case dismissed.
So the judge said?
Case dismissed.
No, you say that.
What?
You say, so the judge said?
So the judge said,
Now pound.
Case dismissed. Now on their way out, the defense attorney said to the midget, All right, you little bastard. I got you off, but I know you raped her. And I know you did it with a bucket. How? The midget said, Easy. I put it on her head and I hung from the handle.
They don't get it. Help them understand it. They still don't get it. They don't get it. Give me another visual. Use both hands. There's one and then there's the other.
Told that one for years. Never found anyone who'd heard it before until today. It's been that kind of week.
You just got drunker, a little bit drunker.
See?
You home?
No, I'm still at the office. What's it look like? What happened to the TV?
It won't play.
I can see that. What happened?
I don't know. It just all of a sudden went off.
Did you call Ottinger's about it?
I was going to, but I've been on the run all day.
How the hell long does it take to make a phone call?
Well, that's not the point.
Sure, that's the point. What's the use of having a TV if it doesn't work?
I'll call in the morning.
Sanford and Son is on tonight.
I'm sorry.
That doesn't fix it.
What do you want me to do?
Again,
Nothing.
Say that line again.
Yep. What do you want me to do?
Good. And actually, here's what we're going to do. You were just late. And then maybe that was it. I don't know. But it caused you to then cower down. It's been good till then. So give her the lead line again and be ready. So why do you know it's your turn to speak? Because you're not really responding to what he's saying. You're kind of giving an argumentative point. You're basically saying, there's nothing I can do.
Right.
Right? So give your lead line again. Sanford and Son are on tonight.
Sanford and Son are on tonight.
I'm sorry.
That doesn't fix it.
What do you want me to do?
Nothing. I'll take care of it myself.
What put you in such a good humor?
My humor's fine. I just want to watch TV.
Ottingers are closed by now.
I'll try anyway.
Besides, we're going out tonight.
Where?
Marty and Georgia's party.
Tonight?
Yes,
I thought that was tomorrow.
it's tonight.
But this is Friday.
That's right.
What the hell are they holding What the hell are they holding a party on a Friday night for?
What's wrong with a Friday night?
Parties are usually on Saturday, that's all.
Well, live it up. Go to a party on a Friday night.
All right. Live it up.
Ted, careful!
How about
Ted,
a
careful.
quickie?
Separate those.
Oh, Ted, careful!
How about a quickie?
What?
How about a quickie?
Good. Each word by itself.
How about a quickie?
It's 7:30.
What's that? A curfew?
I have to get ready to go, and so do you.
For a Friday night party? They can take us as we are. How about it?
Not now. Spike's upstairs in his room.
There's no one here.
I know he is.
Is there anyone in this damn house?
Ted, stop it.
I'm trying to find out if there's someone here. Anyone home?
Yes, me! And I can't stand your yelling.
You wanted to know if there was someone in the house.
Again, sloppy.
You wanted to know if there was someone
No,
in the
so
house.
it's wanted to know. You're pushing together.
Okay.
So I think it's like wanted to know is actually the most important part. So each word needs to be separate.
Okay. You wanted to know if there was someone in the house, and now you know. Any other excuses? You want a drink?
Now that's a good idea.
Now that's a good idea.
How was your day?
Good. Let's go back. It was great. Let's go back to good idea and good idea. Okay? Because number one, it's an idea versus trying to do a quickie in the middle of the afternoon when our son might walk in.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably a bad idea.
Right.
In the living room or wherever you were going to do it. So this is a good
that's-
idea. And then your relationship to alcohol. Now that's a good idea. So it's like that's where your goodness comes from. This is where you hide all the pain underneath. And I mentioned, you might not have heard me, but you're already tipsy. Just don't forget that.
Okay.
You're a very strong drink deep before you walk in the room.
Okay.
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 Laugh with him, it's okay. Slap him.
Want a drink?
Now that's a good idea.
Now that's a good idea.
How was your day?
How was my day? Well, let's see what kind of day it's been. Hitler's a sad man tonight. They called me down to City Hall this morning for a final decision on whether they were going to buy our equipment
Pretty
or
good.
not.
They called me down. Start there. Discipline.
They called me down to City Hall this morning.
That's not discipline. Got it. Every word.
They called me down to City Hall this morning
Even slower. Trust me.
They called me down to City Hall this morning.
Good. It was good until to City Hall. So take a second, regroup. This is me being a quarterback's coach or a line coach or whatever, and I'm going nope, tech, nope, tech, nope, tech.
Yep.
So take a breath and really take your time. And I want to tell you, the both of you, before we keep going, it's freaking excellent. Yeah. Okay. It's good. Okay. So you found what we were looking for. I think our conversation this morning really.
It did.
So this is that. And already in the first beginning of what I just had you redo, it already got more interesting, and then you threw it away. So what I said in the last scene is this. When you go slow enough that we can hear you and figure it out, your talent rises to the surface. Because you find a way to put a note on an individual word that you wouldn't have done without allowing yourself the space to do it. Okay? So let's go back to how was my day? Relax into it and really take your time separating every word and just trust the process.
How was my day? Well, let's see what kind of day it's been. Hitler's a sad man tonight. They called me down to City Hall this morning for a final decision on whether they were going to buy our equipment or not.
So
I went too fast.
It's too fast. The whole thing. Hitler was too fast.
I'll give you one.
Breathe, breathe, breathe.
How was your day?
How was my day? Well, let's see what kind of day it's been. Hitler's a sad man tonight. They called me down to City Hall this morning for a final decision on whether they're going to buy our equipment or not.
Slower. They called me down. Go back to that.
They called me down to City Hall this morning.
All right, so here's the exercise I did with another actor last scene. You can do it. Use your hands and separate every word as you go.
They called me down to City Hall this morning.
No, so you said to City Hall. Do it again.
Okay. They called me down to City Hall this morning for a final decision on whether they were going to buy our equipment. To buy our equipment or not. When I got there, the commissioner was arguing with the head of the union.
Good. That's correct. That's the way it should be done.
Okay.
Now, can you do it without sounding like a robot?
Yes.
But you still must separate every word from each other. It's not just diction. It really is separating the words.
Okay. How was my day? Well, let's see what kind of day it's been. They called me down to City Hall this morning for a final decision on whether they were going to buy our equipment or not. When I got there, the commissioner was arguing with the head of the union. He kept referring to the garbage men as garbage men, and the union guy insisted they should be called waste removal workers. The commissioner says that to him, garbage is garbage, and waste was shit, like went through a sewer. I call a spade, and I don't want any damn euphony around this office. Then he asked me what I thought.
Don't get sloppy.
Then he asked me what I thought.
Still.
Then he asked me what I thought.
Nope.
No.
Gotta be different.
Then he asked me what I thought. Sorry. Then he asked me what I thought, and I said that the equipment I sell will move waste, garbage, shit, whatever he wanted to call it. It doesn't make a difference to me as long as I got the contract. And I got the contract. $100,000, of which 2% will be my commission bonus in December. 100,000 smackers. Now, if those rum-dums in Philly can make delivery on time. When I got back to the office, Charlie's door was shut, locked. Little Miss Lots of Tits was in there taking dictation for over 3 hours by the time I left. I couldn't even get him on.
That's a sexual joke. You have to play it.
Oh, the diction?
Dictation.
Oh, yeah, diction. I'm focused on diction. Little Miss Lots of Tits was in there taking dictation for over 3 hours by the time I left. I couldn't even get him on the intercom. Hell, we work a year.
So do that line, I couldn't even get him on the intercom, and see if you can find a word or two where you can put something interesting on it if you allow yourself.
I couldn't even get him on the intercom.
Yeah.
Hell, we work a year and a half on a deal, and when it finally comes through, I can't even get him on the intercom. So when that clown, Otto Beethoven, showed up, I had to listen to him by myself.
I had to listen. There's something interesting if you let it.
I had to listen to him by myself.
Okay, good. Now, listen for him in this situation makes you feel something, and then him makes you feel something.
I had to listen to him.
I had to listen to him. Like he's garbage.
Yeah.
And how do you picture Otto Beethoven?
He's short, round, bald, mustache, German accent, of course.
Okay, so put him in your body real quick. Play him. Show me his face. Okay, is he cocky?
He is.
What's the thing he does that annoys you the most? Does he smile when it's annoying, or is he always frowning?
He never
or?
shuts the fuck up.
I know, but tell me about his face. I want to know his face.
What do you mean?
You look at him and like, is he like or is he like, what does his face look like?
Pretentious.
Show me that.
I don't know.
Put him in your body.
A little more arrogant.
There you go. Put your chin up. Feel the mustache on your lip. Now, in your German accent, is it German?
It's Russian, but I can try German.
Oh no! What is Otto Beethoven?
Oh yeah, German.
German. So in your best German, say Otto Beethoven or whatever it sounds.
Otto Beethoven.
Good. So now you're gonna go. So when that clown, and then be him.
Oh. So when that clown, Otto Beethoven, showed up, I had to listen to him by myself all afternoon trying to explain to me the wonders of the Wankel rotary engine. Hell, he couldn't explain a wind-up rubber band airplane. $200 a day consultant? And if brains were dynamite, this guy couldn't blow his nose. He couldn't blow his nose. He wants us to use rotary engines in our next installation, and it's a crazy, stupid idea. Yet Charlie keeps him around all week. $200 a day. Talking, listening, bullshitting. I don't know what's going on in Charlie's head. He has got the best mind in the business. But his problem is he can't keep his Peter in his pants. As long as it's limp, he can bring in more business than any 5 of his salesmen. But you let a couple of knockers walk past him.
Oh, I forget.
What?
It's just oh.
Oh,
And then he says what? And then you say, I forget he called.
okay.
Yeah. So, fine, that's the exercise we just did. And I could go deeper and deeper and deeper into different creativity that you could do. But when you look back on it, I want you to notice all the super duper long pauses you put in between lines.
Okay.
You take those out, all of them.
It gets better.
Well, it gets better, but it's faster.
Okay.
So it just goes back to the idea of slowing down versus slowing down the words, not taking pauses.
the pauses.
Because this whole thing should have been one long monologue, no pause, unless we get a laugh. We get through the whole thing, but we understand every little bit. And then the first interruption of it, the first time you get interrupted and you're not talking, is her saying, oh.
Okay.
So let's pick it up from, but let a couple of knockers.
But let a couple of knockers walk past him?
Oh,
What?
I forget. He called.
Who?
Charlie.
When?
About an hour ago. Sometime.
Why didn't you write it down?
I was in a hurry and
That's what we bought the blackboard for.
I know, but
What the hell have you been doing all day that's kept you in such a hurry?
You want the rundown?
Yeah.
I got up, went to the bathroom, made breakfast, argued with you, threw my cup across the kitchen as you slammed the door. When you slammed the door as you went out.
Try it again. Very good. And actually, real quick, Ted.
Yeah.
Oh, what? I forgot he called. Who? Charlie, when? About an hour ago. Why didn't you write it down? I was in a hurry. That's what we bought the blackboard for. I know. That's when you go to the phone. So you went to the phone too soon.
Gotcha.
And then you can skip it, or you could say, damn it. I know we're going to leave the God part out, but you could say it or not. But then you're dialing, and then when you first start to dial, that's when the what kept you in a hurry. That way you're not done dialing before she starts, and you can listen and forget.
Okay.
So let's go back to, but let a couple knockers.
But let a couple of knockers walk past him.
Oh,
What?
I forget. He called.
Who?
Charlie.
When?
About an hour ago. Sometime.
Why didn't you write it down?
I was in a hurry and
That's what we bought the blackboard for.
I know.
What the hell have you been doing all day that's kept you in such a hurry?
Now you dial.
You want the rundown?
Yeah.
I got up, went to the bathroom, made breakfast, argued with you, threw my cup across the kitchen when you slammed the door as you went out, answered the telephone, Susan's car is broken, so I did the kitty run for her. That's the 3rd time this week. Came back, did the dishes. Sparks and Mumsy called about coming to visit like you said they would. Then Frida came over. We drank coffee.
Okay,
we talked about a divorce.
It's good. Go back. Nothing else but right in his face.
Okay.
Or out, but don't do no business.
Okay, none. Okay.
Nothing.
Okay.
Just go back from you want to run down.
Okay.
And give me
Can I get a
some
drink first?
spice you want to run down.
Okay. I'll get a drink first.
Yeah.
It's a long time. start where I say you want to run down?
Yeah. And then get yourself in position and then give him a damn rundown.
You want a rundown?
Yeah.
So you should already be in position. So
Okay.
do it again. You want a rundown? As soon as it says yeah, you nail him.
Okay. You want a rundown?
Yeah.
I got up, went to the bathroom, made breakfast, argued with you, threw my cup across the kitchen when you slammed the door as you went out, answered the telephone, Susan's car is broken, so I did the kitty run for. Third time this week, then I came back, washed the dishes, Sparks and Mumsy called about coming to visit, like you said they would. Then Frida came over and we drank coffee, we talked about her divorce, talked about her lawyer, talked about her alimony. Then the bank called and I had to run down there and transfer out of our savings. That's wrong. Transfer what was left of our savings to cover your overdraft. And I came back and the phone rang again and it was Safeway telling me that a grocery check had bounced. I asked him to run it back through and the man said he would if I'd bring him over $2 to cover the redeposit cost. So I drove over to Safeway and I was really embarrassed, but I did it anyway because I knew you wouldn't, even if you said you wouldn't. I would just have to answer that phone again tomorrow or start shopping somewhere else. Then I heard screaming out on the street and I ran out and the Carlson's dog had been run over. Nobody knew what to do. So I wrapped him in a towel, put him in the back of our car, and drove him over to the vet. He was dead when I got there, and there was blood all over the back seat, and there was nobody to help me get him out of the car except some smart little bastard who wanted to know why I brought a dead dog to the vet. So I came back, and I cleaned the back seat. It's still wet, and the man came to give the estimate on the roof. It'll cost $890, not including any new spouts or gutters he may have to replace. I told him you call him tonight or tomorrow. And Georgia called. She was running behind getting ready for the party, and she asked me if I'd do some shopping for her. So I said, okay. So back I went to Safeway. The groceries for Georgia came to 14-something, and all I had was a 10. So I asked them if they'd take a check, and we went through that whole thing again. But I promised, and they did, and I took the groceries to Georgia. Susan was there. Her car is still broken.
It's excellent. You made that little mistake. We're going to go back, take a big breath, take some water, and we're going to go again. And I want the no pause, but you can go a hair slower and use really good diction.
Okay.
Okay? And at times you could think, at times you can physicalize what you're saying. But I really want to make sure that we can hear every word, even as you're going at a fast pace.
Okay.
So if you dialed yourself up to a 12, I'm going to dial you back down to like an 8.5 on speed.
On speed, okay.
Okay, and allow you to, but without pausing, and really hit the diction, the consonants on everything that you're saying, and see what happens.
Okay.
Okay, it's going to make it a hair easier to breathe, I believe.
Okay, because it's kind of hard to breathe.
Yeah, and big loud voice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was that not very loud? Was it not?
No, it was. It was just fine. I'm giving you permission to be even louder.
Okay.
Because there were times when you were running out of breath, so by you slowing down, it gives you a chance to take teeny little micro breaths to stay on pace.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
And set yourself up with the perfect diction and separating words with you want a rundown, or a rundown, like separate that, get yourself in position, and then very slowly separating words, get through it without pausing. I didn't mean slow, but
no,
slower.
Right, slower.
Yeah.
Okay. You want a rundown?
That wasn't separating words.
Oh, that's right. I was running all together. You want a rundown?
Separate you and want.
You want a rundown?
Yeah.
I got up, went to the bathroom, made breakfast, argued with you, threw my cup
Dial it
across
back.
the... Okay.
Dial it back a hair and speed.
I got up, went to the bathroom...
Good. Hit the T's and the D's and all the consonants.
Okay. I got up, went to the bathroom, made breakfast, argued with you, threw my cup across the kitchen when you slammed the door as you went out, answered the telephone, Susan's car is broken, so I did the kitty run for her. That's a third time this week. Then I came back, washed the dishes, Sparks and Mumsy called about coming to visit, like you said they would. Then Frida came over. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Do it again.
I'm trying to...
Yeah, and it can be more. More of the consonants now.
Okay.
So, you know it. I know you know it. I can tell you practiced. So you get all the brownie points. Now, really take him through your day. Let him hear everything. Play different notes. You be as animated as you want.
Okay.
The way you are in life.
Okay.
Okay. And you tell him everything. Just don't give him a chance to interrupt you.
Okay. Okay. So, okay. Do you want a rundown?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got up, went to the bathroom, made breakfast, argued with you, threw my cup across the kitchen when you slammed the door as you went out, answered the telephone, Susan's car is broken.
So that's great. So now, threw my cup across, what is it?
The room.
Threw my cup across the room. Now, the next line, put something on it because he did what he did.
The line after that?
When you slammed the door on your way out.
Okay.
In case you forgot, you were a total jerk off this morning.
Right.
That's what you're, right?
Yeah.
And then when we're talking about the kitty run and we're talking about different little things, I want you to allow us to feel how you feel.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
It's perfect. It was great. Do it again.
Okay. Do you want the rundown?
Yeah.
I got up, went to the bathroom, made breakfast, argued with you, threw my cup across the kitchen when you slammed the door as you went out, answered the telephone, Susan's car is broken, so I did a kitty run for her. That's the 3rd time this week. Then I came back, washed the dishes, Sparks and Momsy called about coming to visit like you said they would. Then Frida called and she came over, we drank coffee, we talked about her divorce, we talked about her lawyer, we talked about her alimony. Then the bank called and I had to run down there and transfer out of our savings. That's wrong. Transfer what was left of our savings to cover your overdraft. And I came back and the phone rang again. And it was Safeway telling me that our grocery check had bounced. I asked them to run it back through and the man said he would if I would bring him over $2 to cover the redeposit cost. So I drove over to Safeway and I was really embarrassed. But I did it anyway because I knew you wouldn't, even if you said you would. And I would just have to answer the phone again tomorrow or start shopping somewhere else. Then I heard screaming out on the street and the Carlson's dog had been run over and nobody knew what to do. So I wrapped him in a towel and put him in the back of our car and drove him over to the vet. He was dead when I got there and there was blood all over the back seat and there was nobody to help me get him out of the car except some smart little bastard who wanted to know why I brought a dead...
Go back, Feel. Actually, go back to the dog was dead. I want you to feel the moment because you're feeling it. It's working.
Okay. He was dead when I got there and there was blood...
Feel. The dead dog. Okay, that's a moment. That's a moment that you had to deal with. Like, you had to pick up a dead dog. You know what I mean? Like, it's a moment. Remember it.
He was dead when I got there and there was blood all over the back seat and there was nobody to help me get him out of the car except some smart little bastard who wanted to know why I brought
don't
dead...
rush little bastard, because remember the person. Remember the kid, the person, whoever... Remember what they... Yeah.
You want me to go back to the vet?
Yeah, it's just like throwing the cup across. It's the same thing.
Okay. He was dead when I got there and there was blood all over the back seat and there was nobody to help me get him out of the car except some smart little bastard who wanted to know why I brought a dead dog to the vet. And so I came back and I cleaned the back seat. So I came back and I cleaned the back seat and the man called to give the estimate on the roof. It'll cost $890, not including any new spouts or gutters he might have to replace. And I told him you'd call him tonight or tomorrow. And Georgia called. She was running behind getting ready for the party, so she asked me if I would do some shopping for her. So I said, okay. And back I went to Safeway. The groceries for Georgia came to 14-something, and all I had was a 10. So I asked if they'd take a check, and we went through that whole thing again. So I promised, and they did, and I took the groceries to Georgia, and Susan was there. Her car is still broken, so I did the afternoon kitty run for her, and I came back. Huck and Spike were home, but Spike had gotten mad at Huck and locked him out, so Huck went over to the Lynches and got on the telephone and told Spike he was a dirty fucker. So Spike came out and hit Huck in the nose, and by this time I was back, but Spike had let the door close behind him and locked us all out because my keys were here inside on the counter. So we had to break the lock on the garage window. Huck crawled through, and by this time, I had had my fill of one day on this green earth. So I told them to make their own supper, and I went to have a drink with Georgia. Marty was home, and they were arguing over how many plays to put out for tonight's party. So I came back over here, closed the garage, sat in the car, listening to the radio and drinking my martini. It's the best 20 minutes I've had this year. And then I heard you come home, and I come in here and you're standing there shouting about the television, and you're lucky I didn't knock your teeth out.
What? Hello? Who is this?
Almost. Go back, AC. You went there too soon.
Wait.
You got to be just on her, kind of jaw dropped. You have to give her that ending moment.
Okay.
Then you hear some kind of murmur. Then the what? I saw you
I
standing.
did knock your teeth out.
Yeah.
And you're lucky I didn't knock your teeth out.
What? Hello? Who is this?
Now you go back to laundry.
Charlie. Oh, Charlie! Hey, yeah, I was just getting ready to hang. What? Yeah! Yes, sirree, buddy. We got it nailed to the wall. What? Hell, I even went back and counted the zeros. I had never written $100,000 before. Harry was so damn glad to get Clancy out of his office, he would have signed anything. Right. Oh, thanks, Charlie. Yeah, it was a tough fight, Mom, but we won. There are still some contingencies we have to go over. I'll talk to you about them on Monday. Little grease for the skids. So, I'll see you. What? No, go ahead. Little green eyes? Hey, right, gotta keep them up. Say, you hear the one about the girl who sat on the beach drinking beer and got sand in her schlitz? Okay, boss, see you Monday. Who? Yeah. I don't want to talk with Otto Beethoven. I talked to him all afternoon. Oh, come on. I've had enough of that guy for one day. I'm sure he does. And if I made $200 a day, I'd want to talk around the clock too. Charlie, I can't come back in tonight. I have a family. Why didn't you say something before I left the office? Sure. Look, I promised Sparky I'd take her to a party tonight. If I can get away, I'll come in, but if I can't, I can't. Where are you two going to be? Okay. Damn it!
What?
I'm thinking about you in the car, drinking a martini.
Well, while you're at it, why don't you think of me with the garage shut tight, the windows rolled up, and me taking big, deep breaths?
What's that supposed to mean?
Do it again, AC. Listen again.
Okay.
And listen to the tone. I think the roll of the eyes didn't work.
Okay.
The whole thing?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what do you say?
Well, while you're at it.
Oh, yeah. Well, while you're at it, why don't you think of me in the garage with the... I'm sorry.
Good. Yep, and now be disciplined with your words.
While you're at it, why don't you think of me with the garage shut tight?
Do it again. You're still running words together.
Okay. While you're at it, why don't you think of me with the garage shut tight?
So the word that you're missing is it and think. Or at and think. Because he just said, I'm thinking about. You're then not referring to the thing he's talking about because you're running right through it.
I see. I get it. Okay. Well, why don't you think about me in the Why don't you think about me with the garage shut tight, the engine running, and me taking big, deep breaths?
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
I'll draw you a picture sometime.
What the hell is going on around here? I come home on a Friday night, there's no one here. No sign of supper anywhere. The fucking TV doesn't work, and my wife doesn't want to screw because Georgia and Marty are giving a party. You can't even write down a telephone message. So I ask, what's kept you in such a hurry all day? And I get a 10-minute monologue while I'm trying to make a phone call. Then, hoping to save the day, I turn the whole thing into a joke.
Maybe it's not a joke.
Turn the whole thing into a joke. And what do I get but I'll draw you a picture sometime.
Maybe it's not a joke.
I think it's a joke.
No, explode. You gotta explode.
I think this whole fucking mess around here.
Go back to I think it's a joke. Slow your words down and let yourself get angry there, early.
How far do you want to go back?
Right to him.
Okay.
I think it's a joke.
So think it's a joke. So all you did was separate I from think it's a joke. That's what I have to stop you from doing.
Okay. I think it's a joke. I think this whole fucking mess around here.
So think.
I think this whole fucking mess around here is one big joke. Ah! Damn it! Fuck!
Let me see.
Still pain.
I'll fix it myself.
Separate that.
I think I had the wrong line too.
Okay.
I'll take care of it. Oh, fuck!
Keep moaning.
Damn it! Ah! Ah!
Let me see.
I'll take care of it myself.
I really thought about it, you know?
Slow down.
I really thought about it.
Slower, slower, slower.
I really thought about it. Sitting out there, sipping a 9-to-1 martini, listening to Frank Sinatra sing tenderly, and I thought, just drift off on a cloud of beefeaters and Exxon high test.
If I can get you to go 1/100th of the speed, each word, separate each word, please. Keep the emotion, breathe.
I really thought about it.
Thought
About it.
It, because it is suicide.
Okay.
So if you rush through it, it doesn't matter. That's the thing.
I really thought about it.
Thought
About it.
Yeah. Breathe. Take your time. See somebody.
I really thought about it. No, hold on.
Okay.
I'm lost now. Just a second.
Yeah.
Okay. I really thought about it. Sitting out there, sipping my 9-to-1 martini, listening to Frank Sinatra sing tenderly, and I thought,
Breathe.
just drift off on a cloud of beefeaters and Exxon high test. But I didn't.
No. But.
But I might.
No, but I didn't.
But I didn't.
Slow it down.
But I didn't. But I might. I don't have a death wish, actually. I just want to get away for a while.
Slow down, Kelly. Slow down.
I'm about to burst into tears.
I know. And here's the thing. It's beautiful. Actors get paid to emote with their chin up. So you breathe, and the Academy Award winner keeps their chin up, and it vibrates, and they get every single word out. Try it.
Where was I?
I don't know. Let's pick it up from but I might.
Oh.
Keep it still. Keep it slow.
But I might. But I might.
Good. Now breathe.
I don't have a death wish, actually. I just want to get away for a while. I wonder how many people who commit suicide just want to get away and don't know how. And
Where's the aspirin?
in the cabinet! That's for his shoulder. His arthritis flares up when he gets angry or tired, or whenever he wants it to flare up. Did you know that people with arthritis take as many as 50 aspirin a day? Don't worry about his hand. It's just a small cut. Just wash it out, a little Mediquick and a Band-Aid ought to do it. Although, he'll probably put it in a sling. Ted has a sense of the dramatic. I shouldn't. He is right, you know? I should have written down that phone message. I should have called Ottinger's. It's not asking too much. But why didn't I? I used to, back in the early days, just like a machine. But then the kids came along, and the long days, and the 100 million cafe clatches. Do you think that could be it? Maybe caffeine softens your brain. Anyway, I can't keep the importance of it in the front of my head. Does a phone call really have to be returned immediately? Right then? And what's the big deal about being on time? Ted rushes through breakfast saying, "I'm gonna be late!" For what? 18 years of rushing and we're overdrawn at the bank. Does it really matter if the television doesn't work for a couple of days? And
Okay, AC, slow.
I was missing my cue, that's why I rushed.
Well, don't. You have to inch out. You should just stand out there and stop and turn and show us your sling. Turn all the way, turn. There you go. Now finish your sentence.
so,
Stay right there, AC. Don't
does
move.
it really matter if the television doesn't work for a few days? And
What time are we due at Georgia and Marty's?
between 8:30 and 9?
Okay.
You going?
Sure. Any objections?
What about Charlie?
It's Friday night. I came home to be with my family.
Okay.
Okay?
How's your hand?
It's okay. Just a scratch. I put it in this sling because it was throbbing.
All right, good. We're going to stop there. All right, Kelly, we'll start with you. How you feeling?
Okay, a little tired.
Yeah, good. Tell me about what you learned this master class and where you're at as an actress and whatnot.
So much this class. I think even more this time. I mean, I felt like there was so much learning last time, but I feel like even more this time. Really understanding the cadence of what a script should sound like, and understanding, even learning from the other classes, like how to find the funny and how it's so easy to run over important moments, you know.
Yeah.
And then you lose a big part of what you're trying to convey. And it's funny because sometimes you realize it's like, oh, okay, I need to do this. And I was talking to AC about this earlier, like, oh yeah, I know I need to X, Y, Z. And then you realize, oh, I'm not sure I know how to X, Y, Z. What does that mean exactly? Like, okay, I get it. And then you're like, oh no, I don't get it. I thought I knew what X, Y, Z meant, but I don't know how to get there, you know? And so a lot of that happened, I think, in this class.
Good. And you'll find what you said is profound, and it's something that's interesting, which is that you learned more this time, and you thought, oh, last time, I learned so much, I'm going to be ready. But this is the power of getting to stick with a scene for a while, because rather than just thinking, oh, I want to work on the new shiny thing, it's like, okay, we're building on a foundation. We've done some of the grunt work, some of the memorizing. We have some of that out of the way. We can dig deeper, and then the better you get, the more of an opportunity I get to dig in deeper with you. Yeah. But if we're not building on a solid foundation, then I have to go all the way back to the beginning in order to get us to where we can even work, which is really cool. And we were working at a pretty high level today.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're a fine actress, and I really, you know, it's a matter of, you know, it's priorities always, right? So I mean, it takes a lot of effort to be in the class, to choose to be in Masterclass, and to put in the time and effort. You're married, right? You have kids, right? And you have all sorts of stuff, and it's like you're taking time for you to better your talent. And what's crazy is the way it will reflect in the little things. Because I met you in the casting room doing little hokey, silly commercial things, right? That compared to this seems so small. And what's interesting is you get paid for that, and you pay for this.
Yeah.
Right? But what will happen is over time, those things, you'll just land them. You'll just be automatically top 5 because you'll be the best actress in the room. That's it. That's all it is. Right. And so if you work on your craft, you focus on you just bettering you, those other things just fall into place automatically. It's how it works.
And we actually ended up landing a short film in between the last one and this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
it was a short film, and yeah.
But I wasn't. Yeah, I wouldn't say I was prepared for that.
But having said that, it's like, that's an example. It's going to happen. And then what's interesting is you take short films until you never have to again.
Well, yeah, I just don't want to see my performance in that one. That's why I was like, let me not bring that up, because I don't think I want to see myself in that one.
See, that's a good thing. You have to see it as a good thing. Ideally, now, you're a better actress than you were during that short film. And then 6 months from now, you'll have done 2 more short films. And you look back at the first one and you're like, eugh. If you're not having that reaction, you're not growing.
Yeah, sure.
But you got to put yourself out there. You got to actually do the bad work to get to the good work. That's how it goes. And if you're not willing to admit it, that's the hard part. That's the part that I can't really help you with. Because if you're just like, oh, I was good, well then it's like, okay, but are you growing? Can you admit you're growing? Can you admit you're better? Can you look back and go, whoa, that's good, because now we're watching progress happen, and you're getting to flourish and become something that you weren't, which gives you room to keep growing because you know it's possible. The growing never ends.
Yeah, sure.
That's how it is.
I think it's important to be able to identify what you're doing better, not just to be able to look at it and go, well, that was better. I'm not sure why, but you know,
Yes.
to be able to pinpoint, oh, because I did this or I improved that, and that sometimes.
Absolutely. And when you bring in little tiny techniques like diction, thought life, moment before, interesting little tiny twists on a one-liner commercial, it's just like you stand out like nobody's business.
Interesting.
And it's something that you would have looked at before and been like, oh, I gotta memorize that in 3 days. You look at now compared to this monologue and you could do it in my sleep. That's why we work. That's why we work out with heavy weights,
Right.
so that when it's time to hit the playing field, we just crush the competition.
What do you see was, if I can ask a question, what was the biggest difference that you see as far as my challenge to overcome? I probably didn't overcome the voice completely, maybe in the beginning, but I wasn't thinking about it all the way through, so maybe it dropped off. But as far as what do you feel was the biggest progression for me?
Well, I saw several, but between yesterday and today, you found living in the room. You found being natural. That to me is number one. Because if it wasn't, I would have gone back and stopped you. I can't not.
I see. Yeah.
If you're being fake, I can't let it keep going because it's not in your best interest.
Sure.
Okay? That's massive. Then we have the voice, and the diction and the separating words. You were either doing it, sometimes doing it well, a lot of times doing it, but it felt choppy, but it takes repetitions. So now, like, that technique was very much improved, but now you need reps. You need to be doing it all the time, often, so that you never have to think about your voice or your diction again. It just happens naturally and organically,
Right.
because you need to be thinking as the character. As soon as you have to think about your voice, remind yourself about your voice or your diction, then you're not thinking as character, you're thinking as actor.
Sure.
So this is the process of growth right now. But as soon as you can be sold on the idea, figure it out, put the work in that it takes, that's when you make another big leap. But your absolute hugest jump was just being in the room and listening in a different way and not forcing movement, just being natural. It brought us into the play. And a lot of the laughs came from you and your reactions and listening. So that's the hugest win, I'd say.
Thank you.
And it's big. That's a huge improvement. It's the must. That's the foundational must. If we don't build on truth, we got nothing.
Thank you.
All right, AC.
So when you asked this question last time, I didn't really have an answer. I realized it takes me a couple days to process. I have to watch the playback a couple times. Coming in, really wanted to slow down, and I still need to slow down a lot more. But when I was rehearsing my monologue, I was messing with everything over there. I was wiping off glasses, and that was something I brought in, just living real life while I'm saying my lines. And that translated to, last couple nights I'm doing the dishes, and I'm having the conversation with myself back and forth. So I'll have a better answer for you in a couple days, but I'm definitely learning stuff.
Good. Well, let's talk about where you are now, because this is last Masterclass maybe for a while, or you'll have to fly back in for it, or who knows. But you're moving, so you've had a transition here at the studio. You walked in, and now you're walking out. You're a changed person from the time I saw you.
Yeah.
So where you at? Where's your heart at?
My heart wants to be in LA right now, and it will be about 2 months before that happens. But I've got a manager. My wife's got a job. We're heading out there.
And
I'm going to act full time.
And
and I'm going to act full-time for many years.
Are you prepared?
You can always learn more. So I'm looking for acting coaches out there, acting classes to take out there, and
Yeah.
I'm going to keep doing what I did here, out there.
That means you're prepared. That means you're prepared. That means you're ready. So if you're moving to grind, if you're moving to work, if you're moving to just do what you've been doing, and it happens to be geographically in a different location, that's correct, and you're ready. So I'll tell you, you're ready. That's all it is. And you need to be the actor who's looking forward to same things we just talked about, like go out there, fail hard,
Yep.
fail at everything, and get into stuff and get going, and you'll build relationships quickly. But you want to be the one that's building relationships off of hard work, dedication, and you don't give a crap about LA or the biz or any of that junk. It's like, yeah, you got a manager, that's great, that's good, you need it, but it's also like, who cares? Same thing as here, who cares? You still have to be the best actor in the room, period.
Yep.
Because why? It's a business. We are in the entertainment business, and your product, the thing you're selling, is you. So you keep bettering your talent, bettering your skill, bettering your body, your mind, spirit, everything. You're going to be successful. And then ideally you get to decide if you love LA.
Right.
Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But ideally you're not stuck to a geographical location.
And with my manager, I'm not.
There you go. But you may love it and you want to stay there. Or you may be like, hey, I want to move here or there or wherever you want to go. And then you're running your own career from wherever you want to run it, and doing what you love.
Yep.
I mean, that's the goal. I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you. We're excited for you. We're gonna.
Thank you.
We got a couple more months of you being around here, but we'll celebrate you and
It doesn't
love
look
you.
like it, but I am really excited.
This is your excited face?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we're excited for you,
Thank
and
you.
we
For
feel
sure.
you're ready, and I will kick you out the door lovingly, and I want to hear about all
sneak
the
back in.
successes along the way. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, Matt.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, we're off to lunch. Braga, you here?
Uh-huh.
When are we back?
1:30, so back in here 1:20.
So in the room.